Sometimes you find a fragrance so good that the moment you lay your nose on it, you just need to buy it instantly. So these are the fragrances that I had to buy immediately after sampling them. These are going to be of all price ranges. There's some affordable stuff in here. I don't only fall for luxury, although there is quite a bit of luxury. We're going to start with an affordable one, and one that I've had probably for like the longest time, and that is Banana Republic Black Platinum. This is kind of like a weird metallic-y kind of sweet smell that sounds awful, but it's actually delicious. It's a bit like leathery. There's cactus flower in here. And it almost gives me a similar effect like the Narciso for Her EDT, but it's a lot more crisp and airy. It definitely gives you this kind of like coolness. And yeah, it does smell a bit like kind of metallic. It's very interesting. Sometimes the performance is awful and sometimes the performance is good. This is a fickle one. I guess it depends on like what I eat and how clean I am, because there are days that I feel like it's gone in 20 minutes, and then the other day I was wearing it and it lasted like the entire day. Now, I did use up my whole first bottle. This is my second bottle, so I don't know if like it just like macerated in a really good way and now it lasts a long time, but yeah, I'm very happy with the performance on this. I bought it literally the day that I smelled it in the Banana Republic store, and then I happened to go back like a few months later and it was on clearance, and I bought like 3 more bottles, and I do not regret that. Here's one I just recently discovered and fell in love immediately. I love the whole brand, the whole Lease brand, and this is Floating, and I smelled this on my sister-in-law. I'm pretty sure this is the one I smelled. It could have been this or Studied. They're both really nice, but I prefer this. And so I got a Discovery set, and I was like, oh my God. Like, my eyes rolled to the back of my head when I smelled all of them. Like, I cannot pick a favorite. Like, I was getting frustrated because I'm like, usually I'm like, I can smell the Discovery set and pick out a favorite right away, but it was just impossible. But I just gravitated towards Floating. I think I wore through that little sample like in 3 days. Like, I just kept using it and using it. And it's not because it doesn't last. It's just because like I was just so obsessed with it. And it is this like really clean, like crisp linen with peach. They have notes of sequoia wood in here. So it's very smooth. It's very easy wearing. Their whole lineup, like the whole Lease range, they're very California vibes. They're meant to be like very easy daily wear, like grab and go fragrances. They still have like a unique quality about them all. They still smell very, very high quality, and they're actually clean fragrances, phthalate free, dye free. They're made with organic alcohol, and they're made in the US, so that's really nice. So they're a sustainable brand, and they're actually like, oh, they're so amazing. I thought there's ambrette in here. You know what it kind of reminds me of is Ellis Brooklyn Myth, but then just refine that to the maximum, and like this is like a million times more superior. But like that's the vibe. So if you like Ellis Brooklyn Myth, I think you're gonna fall head over heels over Floating. Oh, it's amazing. I also really like Beau, but that's more of like a woody, creamy scent. That one is actually like the most popular one, but my favorite is Floating. Okay, so I got this little tiny guy with my order of my Guerlain collection. And this isn't gonna last me very long, the Spiritueuse Double Vanille, but this is the most mind-blowing vanilla scent. So to the rescue, Giuliana's perfumes with Double Decadence, because this is their dupe. Oh man, it smells super similar. So like, yeah, it does not smell exactly like as refined and like high quality if you really want to pick it apart and smell it up close, but this will do just fine for quite a while, because let's be honest, this little guy is not going to last me very long. If I want to wear this type of scent on a daily, which I do in the fall, then it's going to be Double Decadence for me. And it's like, oh, it's like a sweet, smoky vanilla. It's just so addictive. There's benzoin, vanilla, incense, pink pepper, and ylang, and it almost smells like a bit custardy. The rose is very background, and jasmine, and like definitely the ylang really comes through with the vanillic notes and the incense. And I think this is actually a bit more on the sweet side, whereas like the original has more of that like smoky quality from like incense and pink pepper, which I do prefer. But this is amazing. Like, Giuliana's to the rescue. They also have a really, really nice dupe of Angelique Noir, which is called Red Carpet Affair. That one is still my favorite from them, and this is probably my second favorite. It is so good. Another fall scent that I really love that I also purchased right away was the Rich Warm Addictive from Zara. This is marketed as a men's fragrance. It is totally unisex, and I actually almost find it a bit feminine leaning. I think this has rum and peony Definitely like vanillic. This is not tobacco-y smelling at all to me. If anything, it smells more like coconutty in a way. And I think the older formulations did have coconut. This one doesn't. I think there's rum and peony. To me, it actually smells more coffee. Like I get a coffee vibe from this. This is the perfect like early fall sweater weather scent. I just love to spray this actually on clothing, and I just spray it all over my sweater, and it makes you feel so like cozy and so satisfied in the fallness of fall. Like this is doing everything that I want fall to do. I want to go to Home Sense and buy all the pumpkin decor and Thanksgiving decor and wear this fragrance. Okay, let's jump back more to fresh things. I actually didn't even open this. This just came in the other day. I ran through my sample so quickly. This is Dancing Light from Olfactive Studio. So we quickly unbox it together. Look, Northern Lights. So this is kind of a minty scent, and it is so good. This is like, it reminded me a bit of the feeling that I got from wearing Wood Sage and Sea Salt. It's this refreshing, beautiful, summery type of scent, but with mint. But it's sweet. A little bit sweet. Not like sweet, you know, just there is a sweetness in here. And herbaceous a bit. So this is inspired by the Northern Lights, and it gives you this like icy coolness and pine. There's like kind of like a pine forest. Makes me think of like Alaska. That cool, crisp, like forest vibe. And then there's white florals that sweeten it up, and a very smooth sandalwood base. But you know, the sandalwood, it's so subtle. Like it's really there just to like let the fragrance stick around longer. It really is just like kind of a sweet, cool scent. The other thing that it reminds me of a bit is Jo Malone's White Jasmine and Mint. If you like that, you will certainly like this. They're very much in the same vein. Yeah, such a beautiful fragrance. Almost like a tea vibe as well. Very soothing, very relaxing. This is perfect for summer, but I think because of that like cool, crisp vibe, it actually would be very suitable on a winter day. And sometimes those icy cool fragrances are complemented really well by winter weather. And here's one of my favorites for cold weather though, and it is Lord of Misrule. I kid you not, I walked into Lush, I smelled it, I purchased it. That was the whole story. It's a patchouli scent. Patchouli and vanilla. Basically, that's it. Also got the massage bar. Oh my god, so good. And whenever I open my little nightstand, I get a whiff of it because it's still like wrapped up and sitting there. And it is the most like comforting, like just warm and like natural smelling type of scent. This is a really nice, comforting, almost slightly boozy, vanillic patchouli scent. Very grounding and very meditative. And yeah, I even like to wear this in the evenings. Even when like you don't want to wear like a full-on fragrance, because like sometimes it's just too fragrancy for nighttime and like you're just chilling out. But this is the perfect like chill out type of fragrance. I also had their candle. The candle is gone. Like basically, yeah. The only thing I don't really like is the body wash, because actually the body wash is missing that sweetness and it's like too much patchouli. Like that basically comes through as like just straight patchouli, but the fragrance is amazing. And another sort of patchouli scent is Psychedelic Love. This is another one. I sampled it and I was like, yes. Immediately, yes. It's a very sensual fragrance. It's very feminine, even though it's marketed unisex, but I find this very feminine, very like sensual and like very desirable smelling. There's myrrh, there's rose in here, heliotrope, so a bit of powderiness, and yeah, it's just it's an amazing cold weather scent. This is perfect for a date. I think it's such a welcoming, like enveloping scent, very like enchanting. It's even like a bit like almost like witchy and like its mysticalness. I love it. I think that the patchouli is actually very subtle in here. It's quiet. It's more for me like about the myrrh and even like the touches of rose. But the rose, it's super subtle. It's like, it's really, if above all else, it is like an ambery scent. So yeah, I think the best from Initio, but they have a lot of good ones. Rooster Falger. I did pick this up. I had been teetering and tottering over this one, and then I had so many fragrances that smelled like it. And I was like, you know what? No, I just need the Rooster Falger. I don't know why, but just things weren't quite hitting right as Rooster Falger does. Like I had an oil dupe, I had them, which is, still smells really good, Catalia from Maison Maïsa. I still stand by that one. That one is an amazing fragrance. And it's not necessarily a dupe. Like I don't think it's meant to be a dupe, but it does smell a lot like Rooster Falger. But Rooster Falger just trumps all. It's so good. and it lasts a really long time on my skin. And it's pine and berries. That's the vibe. It's kind of simplistic, but it's incredible. It's crisp, it's feminine, and I love the color too. I just think that it presents really nicely. The whole Dior range actually is really good. Ombre Nuit is probably one of my favorites. Gris Dior, like they're all really good. You can't go wrong with any of the Dior private collection. I think it's definitely one of the best private collections out there. That one and the Guerlain one are the best like luxury designer ranges. Chanel's very good too, obviously, but for my taste, like those are the most wearable. So kind of in the same vein is Mise en Cire for Your Love. They are a bit similar, but this one, it's a bit more musky and it's softer. It's more date appropriate, where like Rooster Falger would be a daily wear sort of thing, at least in my opinion. This is more sensual, and it's got ambergris, so you got a little bit more of a like that sexy muskiness. There's patchouli in the base. This one's super long lasting. This one performs 10 times better than Rooster Falger, and Rooster Falger is actually a pretty good performer. So like, I feel if you like one, you will like the other. But it's like, it's almost like they go so nicely together. I just really like this type of scent profile. I think also Blackberry and Bay from Jo Malone, if you like this type of scent profile, would fit into the same. And I'm going off on a tangent, just recommending you guys that things that are similar. This is about the things that I had to buy immediately after sampling. So basically, yeah, I sampled this and I just needed to have it. Actually, the whole Mise en Cire collection is amazing. Très Cher is really nice as well. I'm excited to try their oud scent. That one is next for me. I need to try more. Tea Tonique from Miller Harris. This is such a good tea scent. It kind of reminds me of Oolong Cha, but it's a bit less waxy and like it's more bright. This is super unisex. This is a very uplifting but serious tea scent. Like this tea scent doesn't mess around. I know I'm super late to the party on this one because it's been around for like 10 years literally, but you know what? Better late than never. And it's got a real depth to it. There's mate in here, so there's a bit of earthiness and quite a bright like citrusy freshness. But this is a type of tea scent that I think works for all seasons. Like it definitely has enough depth and even a bit of smokiness. There's birch in here, like birch or birch tar. It gives it a bit of a smoky vibe. And I think this would be even perfect for fall. So I'm going to be wearing this a lot through the fall, and I loved it so much instantly. I'm a sucker for tea scents. I guess this is kind of a tea scent. Fleur de Bamboo. This is one of my early loves. I did a whole video about like the only summer perfume that I ever need, and I will link that up here. That was one of my old videos. But yeah, I just like smelled this at a boutique and I fell in love with it instantly. Like I'm on my last little bit over here. And it has lotus, and it has this kind of like aquatic but banana scent. Like the banana antibiotics, but also aquatic. It is bizarre and it is magical. I'm obsessed with this fragrance even still. I wear it a ton and I'm gonna need to refill my supply pretty soon. This is just magic in a bottle. And those are basically the main ones that I wanted to share today that I had to purchase immediately, like immediately after sampling. I mean, I guess money allowing, because the Rooster Falger, I had to wait a bit on that one, and then another one I got a dupe of. But you know what? We got to work with the budgets that we have. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which fragrance you had to purchase immediately after sampling. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.